In the football fever, quarterback Dwayne Haskins is just 2 days away from leading the Buckeyes into battle against Penn State. Haskins says that he's ready for a rowdy Happy Valley. Developing tonight, friends gathering to honor a mother of two who died during a police-involved shooting. Tonight, they still have questions about the moments that led to it all. Rob Wells is live at Columbus Police Headquarters. Of course, the coach speaking out today on ESPN, coming clean with his mistakes that he's made, hoping the focus can now move on to football.
Is now investigating the vice unit of Columbus Police.
And we now know at least one vice officer has been taken off the job, at least for now. Mike McCarthy has what's next on this investigation. He's live for us with the story this morning. Mike. Us in just a moment. First, everybody just we needed that. You know what? It was pretty scary there for about the first three quarters. Exactly right, Bob. You know, that's the main reason why he's speaking out today. Of course, releasing, as you mentioned, that long statement on Twitter trying to rehab a reputation. So let's start off with the basics. What is a tariff? It's a tax on goods entering or leaving the country. Typically, tariffs are used by governments to generate revenue or cut competition. When a government imposes a new tariff, other countries sometimes tend to fight back with their own. And that can lead to a never... All right, thanks, guys. Great start. Welcome to Week 4 of the Football Fever. I'm Rodney Dunigan in studio with Matt Finkus and Jay Richardson. The Bucks are 3-0 on the season. Today's game expected to be another win, but of course, this game isn't just any game. Urban Meyer back, and the controversy hopefully in the background. Guys, first off, what sort of energy do you think the team will have with Urban back on the sidelines? Two Richland County corrections officers and a sergeant are on unpaid suspension after an inmate escaped. Cornelius Phillips. All new tonight at 10, a major citywide youth summit held today aimed at bringing the community together. More than 300 kids coming out. The effort is all about pushing kids in the right direction and stopping the spread of violence across the city.
Will big plays be made in special teams?
I'll tell you what, guys, quickly, season opener. As a player, you saw those guys going onto the field. Just how do they feel to just the excitement, the pressure of the season opener? You know, everybody is pretty confident that we should come away with a win. But just as a player, how does it feel to be down there on the field for the season opener?
Well, I think that it depends on what age you are. I mean, when you're a freshman...
And, of course, even though this tornado hit, a warning was never issued. Mike McCarthy live for us this morning along Southampton Road, which was hit pretty hard. Good morning, Mike.
And put it away.
Hey, and that's all we care about, that big win. Let's head to Dallas for reaction from the Football Fever's Clay Hall and Ben Buchanan. What do you say, guys?
You have an emergency.
Well, this was an emergency. Some emergencies, of course, come in all forms. And for a 10-year-old boy in Colorado, it was a math emergency. Take a listen to this. Clay, Ben, and Obi will join us in just a bit. Okay, guys, we have to concentrate on this one because it was over from the start. So we have to make this interesting. We're going to make this interesting.
Let's pretend it was interesting.
Yes,
Come on.
We're going to get to Penn State soon.
We will. So, guys, I have to start. Just thoughts on the game right from the get-go. This is a big day. Tiger jumped more than 1,100 places in just 8 months. Cameron Fontana joins us now with a closer look at all the action. Morning, Cam.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Ohio State plans to close the top levels of 2 parking garages in an effort to support student safety. All of this comes a week after police say a student jumped to his death. But I tell you what, the fans are definitely happy tonight. And Clay, Ben, and Obi had a bird's eye view of the game today. And guys, when you weren't dodging those raindrops, this one was definitely exciting.
Well, it was a great day.
Tied. The second game, they lost close. So
the hopes were up. There was a lot of anticipation.
Yeah.
A lot of people were saying dilly last night.
Dilly. I tell you what, one win and maybe the playoffs. Who knows?
Look at Rodney crossing his fingers
Talking
this
big.
morning.
Coach Urban Meyer leaving the podium there. Quickly, before we go to a quick break, just the demeanor of Dwayne Haskins. You know, after this huge win, still, kind of calm and cool. A man there is now the oldest living person in the state with a heart transplant as a kid. Yesterday marking 30 years since Ryan Zinn had that operation. The Christmas holiday season is still a few months away, but when you're decorating a place like the White House, of course, it takes a bit of time to plan. 2 White House officials traveled to a North Carolina farm, and we do start this morning with the major developments overnight in the nomination of Judge Brett Kavanaugh to the Supreme Court. Time right now, 5:10. Developing this morning, the Columbus City School Board set to hold a special meeting this coming Sunday. They're expected to accept the resignation of board member Dominic Peretti. That's right. This is a big story. Council members are scheduled to vote on new regulations for where you can ride those mobilized scooters that seem to be everywhere, of course, downtown. Mike McCarthy is live explaining those changes. Good morning, Mike. It's a pretty troubling case. So far, the AG's office has 10 open complaints from across the country. And today, we also learned the Franklin County Sheriff's Office has an open investigation into this company. Tonight, a number of families feeling like they were the targets of a scam when all they were looking for was help.
But this one made her cry. There were lots of big tears that came down the other night.
Michelle Tillman upset for good reason.
It was devastating to tell her. I had put off telling her for a while, and I finally decided, okay, I think she's heard me talk about this dog now. I need to let her know what's going on. These are just the proof that I paid the additional $449.
Tillman forking over more than $10,000 to M&R Working Dogs out of Grove City for a service dog to assist her 8-year-old daughter, Casey, the young girl dealing with seizures due to a rare brain disease.
Yep, 2015.
Tillman started making payments back in 2015. Melody Towns, the owner of the company, in this photo, sending picture after picture of different pups that were supposedly being trained for the family.
She just kept taking our money and shut off communication. And I just think that makes it so much worse.
The last time she was able to make contact back in April.
Okay, let's see ya.
The Tillmans, not the only family running into issues with the company. The state's AG's office looking into a long list of complaints from across the country, Texas, Florida, and Minnesota. Customers who claimed they were burned, even starting this service dog scam Facebook page to share their stories and send out a warning.
There's at least 14 of us that I know of this is affected all across the United States.
This is Rodney Dunigan calling with ABC6. We attempted to speak with the owner of M&R. No one answered by phone. Is she not going to talk about these people all across the country that are being scammed? When we stopped by the Grove City business, we were told to leave the property. Can she say if she's scamming people? At this point, Tillman's simply hoping to get the family's money back or actually get the service dog the family was promised.
I just wish she would try to make it right in some way.
And Bob, of course, this is an issue that has put a number of these families in a major financial bind. The Tillmans, for instance, they actually put together a number of fundraisers to pay for this service dog. They say if they can't get that money back, hopefully they can at least get the dog. Swipe left, swipe right. You know the drill if you're looking for love on Tinder. The problem is you never know if people are being truthful with their information, and that could possibly put your safety at risk. Parents of college students no doubt concerned about all of that as well. Well, Tinder launching a new feature aimed at strictly the younger crowd. Visit a college campus and you're sure to see this. Students and their cell phones almost surgically attached. This the way they communicate, including dating with apps like Tinder, with renewed focus on those 18 to 20-somethings recently launching Tinder U.
Yeah, I think a lot of people actually will use it, especially since we're all this generation is social media based.
College students the main target. Only those at four-year schools can sign up. It requires a .edu email address to connect with other students.
I definitely think it's a better idea. Gets you connected with other college students, kids your age. Probably a better way to meet someone if that's what you're looking for.
But I feel like it's good because you get to meet new people, especially if you're coming in as a freshman and stuff and you don't know people.
Users are able to connect with kids from other schools as well. Think early Facebook.
It could honestly just be used as any other social media platform, such as a Twitter or something like that.
The idea to link students to a fresh social network. Safety, also key.
Someone is their age and they're actually in college, so I think that's a safe aspect.
Yeah, I think there can definitely be a lot of weirdos that show up on certain apps like that, and I think it's good to limit it just to college students because I think that gives students a better sense of security, and they know that whoever they're talking to is a registered student at OSU. They're not some weirdo. They're not some random person.
The plan is for students to know they're connecting with other young students.
Personally, finding friends on campus as a freshman was a really important thing to me, and having an app like Tinder U sounds like it'd be great and a very easy way to find new friends.
Students we spoke with believe the new Tinder U will certainly get plenty of traction on college campuses, yet another way for students to possibly connect with new friends. Rodney Dunigan, ABC6 News.
Dude, this dude's out here butt naked.
Sun's out, buns out, literally in Columbus's Clintonville neighborhood. This video taken by Cody Vickers.
Holy
The guy in the street here, hot, and it had nothing to do with the weather.
I've been doing this work for 20 years, and that's the
craziest thing I've ever seen.
Crews working along North High Street near Arcadia Avenue hit a water main about 9:15 Wednesday morning, shutting off water in the area. This dude telling construction workers he was in the middle of a shower. This, what you call next level anger. This picture posted online going viral.
He came out of his house in a bath towel, kind of cussing us and said, I was in a shower and you guys shut the water off on me. And next thing we knew, he dropped the towel and hopped across the ditch and finished his shower.
Nah, I've never seen anything like that.
Workers here tell us after this guy took his shower street side, he was so mad he gave them a few more four-letter words before storming off. In the buff, of course, quite a sight, whether they wanted to see it or not.
It was kind of awkward.
I don't know. I just kind of had a loss for words.
Neighbors, though, say they can understand the guy's frustrations.
I have water set aside just in case something happens like this at this point, because we never know when the water's going to go out.
Folks telling us construction has been non-stop in the area. As a part of the process, the water is shut off from time to time.
Usually they give us a notice, and it's usually like between 5 and 7 in the morning, so it's not too bad.
We did attempt to speak with the man in the photo. No one answered when we stopped by his home. Workers certainly hope a cold shower was enough to cool off his temper a bit. Reporting in Clintonville, Rodney Dunigan, ABC 6.